Well, Manchester United is taking on Burnley. This is one of the games that we've gone ahead to call in to obviously say that it should be that game that we should obviously collect a win today. Welcome to United Matters channel. How are you guys and where are you watching us from? I go by the names of Welcome David. Smash the like button, comment and share. If at all you're watching us for the very first time, endeavor to subscribe to this channel so as not to miss out on stories that we do upload in here on a daily. Welcome David is my name and hope you guys are obviously watching in well. Gordon Muhwezi, thank you for being the first person to come in through and obviously put in your comment into the live chat, and all that is welcome onto that side. So let's smash the like button. Close to how many times? Close to 300 times, not so, because we are obviously ready to obviously take on this team to it that United really gets on to win, and we think that today it's obviously going to be one of those games that Manchester United is going to win and obviously collect maximum points in there for you. Gordon is telling me that he's live from Western Uganda. That is Mbarara, and you can as well go into the live chat and obviously vote for who do you think is going to win. The percentage is out of 100, and you're calling in for your thoughts. Now, the starting 11 of Man United has the following. And it's Onana, Lindelof, Bruno Fernandes, Rashford, Hojlund, Hannibal, Casemiro, Diego Dallo, Evans, Scott McTominay, and Hannibal. That is the starting 11 of Manchester United. Now, the shocker is Evans and Hannibal to be in the starting 11. Even Scott McTominay, I think it's shocking a little bit because according to how he really played against the team of Brighton, Bayern Munich, and the team of which other game did he play? Brighton, Bayern Munich. I don't think that he deserves to start. But Erik ten Hag is a manager who obviously picks his lineup according to what we call the training for. Maybe in training, Scott McTominay is performing well. That's why the manager is going to hate to pick him up. Then the substitutes are Baynier, Varane, Amrabat is on the bench, Eriksson, Gore Pelestri, Donny van de Beek, Garnacho, and Anton Martial. That is the team of Manchester United to take on the side of Burnley at Turf Moor tonight. When we go to Burnley, they're having Trafford, Taylor, Bear, Goodmundson, Brownhill, Roberts, Ramsey, Cullen, Amdoni, Alderhill, Colesoso. Subs are Koch, Rodriguez, Benson, Badge, Zaurore, Treza, Ran, Lansen, Delcroix, and Murik. That is the bench of the team of Burnley. And Erik ten Hag is going to name that starting 11 of Man United. I don't know what your thoughts are about that starting 11 of Manchester United, but I know most of you have your thoughts already listed there, and you obviously know where you stand. And let's obviously go and see the system that Erik ten Hag is going to have to deploy to take on this side of Burnley. That is it. Now, I want to see the lineup put out by Sky Sports. I want to see the format because we've already gone ahead to see the starting 11s, but there is something we are obviously waiting to see, the formations, because the formation Google is giving us, I don't think that's the one we're obviously going to play. I was trying to look elsewhere, but I'm not really finding exactly what this is all about. This game comes in through when United have gone ahead to obviously face very, 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 very tough situations at the club of Manchester United, and we found ourselves in a situation of losing very many games ever since this season started. In the last 6 games, we're going to hate to win 2 and lose 4. That is really weird. This is the 6th Premier League game, and as I told you that it's the most important game of the season because after scoring 3 goals away at Bayern Munich, you obviously want to come here and obviously make things better by obviously gathering what we call a win for the club of Manchester United in there for you. Now, how has the manager gone ahead to line up? He has Andre Onana in goal, having gone ahead to obviously do one mistake in there for you down in Bayern Munich. Erik ten Hag has gone ahead to tell him, all right, you have the chance to prove yourself right because you went ahead and obviously requested in for a public apology as you saw United lose to Bayern Munich by 4-3. Now, it's your time to obviously take us to the dreamland by not doing those mistakes. All the plan is simple. We want a win. We want Andre Onana to do his best today, and obviously the players to obviously do their best today. Diego Dallo, right back of Manchester United. To me, he's doing great, and I think we just have to keep him in our prayers that he doesn't obviously get an injury, because he has lots of games to play until Aaron Wan-Bissaka really comes back. But the beauty of it is that when you see Sofyan Amrabat return, you obviously get excited, because Erik ten Hag is going to let us know that Sofyan Amrabat can also be played as a right back. So that means sometimes Dallo will obviously be replaced by Sofyan Amrabat, because Sofyan Amrabat is good at doing that job in there for you. Left back, Sergio Reguilón. To me, he has been one of the best players on the field of play ever since he got his debut against Brighton. Sergio Reguilón played very, very well against Brighton, against Bayern Munich, and there was no reason as to why he doesn't get a start into this beautiful game of football. Then Victor Lindelof playing on the right side of the central defense alongside John Evans to play on the left side of the central defense. And I believe they're going to perform very well, because John Evans is a composed player and is ready to obviously take this to the next level. Casemiro, Hannibal Mejabri, and Scott McTominay playing into the midfield three. And Bruno Fernandes is obviously going to play as a central attacking midfielder. We are attacking with two forwards, that is Rashford and Rasmus Hojlund. But I'm not 100% sure of this format, because it might be a diamond. You get? It might be a 4-2-3-1 where Scott McTominay and Casemiro are playing in the double pivot. Then Hannibal playing as a central attacking midfielder, and Bruno Fernandes being the player playing as a right forward. But let's talk a little bit about the substitutes. Sofyan Amrabat is really the name to talk about, and I've seen very many people of you here excited to see to it that Sofyan Amrabat is at Manchester United and has traveled with the team to obviously play with Manchester United down that side. And I know what happiness is going to obviously cover the face and lips of the players of Manchester United for Sofyan Amrabat, because he's a player that you obviously want to see coming through for the club of Manchester United with the needful. And obviously he arrived at Turf Moor alongside other Manchester United players, and that was Andre Onana arriving at Turf Moor. Then we had Rasmus Hojlund arriving at Turf Moor. Then Eriksson and Rasmus Hojlund behind him. You obviously can't really get surprised when you see this connection, the Danish player and another Danish young talent, that is Rasmus Hojlund. And lastly, this is the man we're going to talk about a lot, that is Sofyan Amrabat. When you look at Sofyan Amrabat, he's really a very, 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 very good player, and there is no doubt that he's really one of those players that you obviously want to come in through and obviously do the needful for the club of Manchester United. We needed a player like him to play in the midfield of Man United against Casemiro, and I think the manager really has the best to do on the night to obviously offer him some minutes as he prepares him to maybe start his first game against Crystal Palace in the Carabao Cup, and see whether his chemistry and Casemiro can obviously be made up better and better and better. Mason Mount is one of those that is not going to hate to obviously meet the credentials to obviously coming through and play for the team of Manchester United tonight. But for me, if Sofyan Amrabat is back and Rafael Varane, you can't tell me anything concerning Mason Mount. That is it. You can't tell me anything concerning Mason Mount, because I will believe that we can perform better when we are not having him at this club of Manchester United. But all in all, it's a game that should be a must win. Getting back to the winning ways is the motto today, and we shouldn't obviously forget that this is a team that has been built on pure talent. When you look at the players that Erik ten Hag is going to hate to really miss out on, it's obviously one of those that you don't really judge on. Now, Ten Hag has been asked about Lisandro Martinez and his head. Lisandro Martinez is injured and replaced by John Evans with Hannibal, and it's not just Hannibal but also Scott McTominay. We want to bring energy to the midfield power. We think you need it. Now, very huge bad news for Lisandro Martinez to be out, because you ask yourself, how are we going to form out when you're like that? Because even Luke Shaw, going to have to play on the left side of central defense, is also injured. But you look through towards the end of last season when Varane and Lindelof played well in that central defense, and obviously we collected some results. And the beauty of all this is this fixture comes in through at a time when we don't have huge teams to play. Remember, our next 5 fixtures, we are playing Burnley today, Wednesday Crystal Palace on Saturday, then Galatasaray at Old Trafford, and then Brentford. Those five games will obviously see us thrive through and obviously get to where we deserve to be as a club of Manchester United. So I think the new head of sports and medical science at Manchester United is really ready to obviously do his job. We want Lisandro Martinez back, and we don't know what is really happening now. For Evans, Ten Hag has said he brings organization, communication, he's calm, he knows the work, he knows what to do, he will get the job done. Obviously for me, I've gone ahead and obviously disagreed with very many people that have gone ahead to say that I rather have Harry Maguire than John Evans. Guys, John Evans on any day is a better centre-back than Harry Maguire, though I'm not really coming in through and backing the board for what they did for not getting Erik Ten Hag another central defender. But let me school you. Even if we went ahead to sell Harry Maguire and brought in Todibo, all Disasi, all Kim Min-jae, this man was supposed to be at the club. John Evans was supposed to be at the club of Manchester United because Erik Ten Hag needed 5 central defenders. Now, if Harry Maguire left and you brought in Kim Min-jae, Old Todibo, Old Disasi, you add on Lindelof, Lisandro Martinez, and Varane, there would have only been 4, you know? So, add on John Evans, there are 5 central defenders. That would have gone ahead to be having, and Luke Shaw would have gone ahead to make the 6th central defensive midfielder at the club of Manchester United. Now, Ten Hag said about Mason Mount, it's good news, the returning of players. Mason Mount is also coming back, meaning that Mason Mount is not really ready to obviously do what we call a game for Manchester United, and he might be ready to obviously start in the game that we play against Crystal Palace, or maybe do the needful. Then Ten Hag has been asked about Amrabat, and this was his say about Amrabat. He said, Amrabat, he's dynamic. He's a solid player. He can run a lot. He can help. He can keep the ball and win duels. He can intercept and recover balls. That's what he brings to us. So that's what Sofyan Amrabat really needs. Now, if at all you're having Sofyan Amrabat in the team and you bring him on, that will give Casemiro a lot of allowance to operate into the final third of the pitch. So to eat that, he was playing in deep sides of the midfield, but he could obviously spare some time and score 2 goals against Bayern Munich. So, this season, I think he's the top scorer of Manchester United. The guy has 3 goals. Is there any player of Manchester United that has 3 goals? Rashford has 1. Bruno Fernandes has 1. Varane has 1. Hannibal has 1. So the top scorer of Manchester United is a CDM, that is Casemiro, meaning that if he's being played in that midfield position with Sofyan Amrabat, he can spare some time to obviously go to where he deserves to be, and I believe that's what's going to happen into the game when he comes in. And it's good to have him on the bench because you anticipate that lots of things will happen. And lastly, about Sofyan Amrabat, his importance, I've always gone ahead to talk about it. Sofyan Amrabat is a very good player, and if at all is available, that means you can as well play Casemiro in the central defense. That is it. You can play him in the central defense and see Sofyan Amrabat being paired with either Kobe Menu or any other player in that midfield. Then Ten Hag went ahead and obviously said, it's just about winning. Today we know we have to win. I'm aware of it. The players are aware of it. Now, today the mission is simple. All we want is a win. Let no one lie to you that we don't need a win. All we want is a win. Now the system has been confirmed here by Sky Sports. United is playing 4-1-3-2. That is it. Casemiro is playing the single pivot. Hannibal is playing in the central attack midfield area. Bruno Fernandes, right winger. Scott McTominay on the left. It looks like a diamond. That is it. It looks like a diamond, but it's having one player on the base. It's a diamond, by the way, that United are really playing because we are playing with 2 forwards. That is Marcus Rashford and Rasmus Hojlund. We need to win and collect those points and obviously bag them home to it that we get into where we deserve to be as a club of Manchester United. Now, allow me talk to you. Gordon Muhwezi, he says, live from Mbarara, Western Uganda. Thank you for watching it through. Then Glenn Palmer, We need to win today. Obviously, there is nothing we need other than a win. Sniper Rifle Soldier, today we must win. Thank you for being positive. The optimism is really huge, and you guys are really doing a great job. Nicholas TVKE, the starting lineup is not so encouraging, but all the best. Great Manchester United. Nicholas Kathenya, live from Kenya already. Now, you are saying about the lineup not convincing. The manager needs what we call energy, and rotation should be done. In a game like this where you need players to be running from the first minute of the game, you need Scott McTominay to bring in the energy. You need Hannibal to bring in the energy, and Bruno Fernandes. That is it. That is it. We need that energy today. All what we need is a win. Whether we win ugly or we win good, all we need is a win, and we need to see to it that we really make these chances count. That is it. These chances we create should count. Scoring 3 goals past Bayern Munich, that means we can obviously score the same number of goals against Burnley today, and we need that energy. I trust the manager, especially when it comes to players like Hannibal coming in through to do the needful. When he came in through and obviously played against Brighton, he scored a goal. But my worry for him is the way he goes into tackles. He needs to obviously keep himself ready, not to obviously concede stupid cards. And you know to it that Manchester's going to have to be red carded. That is Rodri, and that obviously calls up for some good care, and obviously be keen on what's going to be doing onto the field. Then Gordon Muhwezi, United 2, Burnley 1. Then Yusuf Mutumba. What happened to Martinez? Martinez is injured. That's what Ten Hag is going to have to confirm to us. Looks like the metatarsal needs more treatment to obviously get back to where it deserves to be. Nelson Mwesigwa, Man United 4, Burnley 1. Nelson Mwesigwa, RD, welcome. I have been waiting for you. All right. Thank you very much for waiting for me. I've also been missing. You know, on a day like this, I obviously work on radio. Then I have to come back and hurry to obviously do this because our show goes up to midnight. But I had to run and obviously come in here to talk to you. What's wrong with Mount? Not on the lineup and not on the bench. Ten Hag has confirmed to us that Mason Mount really had not met the levels of obviously being ready to start. So the sharpness is lacking, and there's no reason to hurry him when other players are really available and you're going to play against Burnley. Issa Abidia Ronald Molinda. Hey RD, how are you? Doing long time. Thanks for your presentation. It's a must win for us. Obviously, all what we need is a win. Smash the like button close to 50 times because we are having 50 people watching in through and only 10 have gone ahead to smash the like button. Smash the like button like never before. Now, I'm having David Sozi. How are you doing today, Rokani? I'm doing great. Adepare Opeyemi, Man United 3, Burnley 0. Keeping a clean sheet is really one of the hardest things I really believe it's going to happen, but all I know, we are going to win. Adepare Opeyemi 3-0. Then Asimwe live in Sila. Greet me, Charles. All right, Charles, how are you doing? And hope you're really having a fantastic night in there for you. Haruna Muyonjo, thanks RD. It's must win. Our league starts today. I don't believe that our league starts today. All I know is that we've been using other matches like that of Bayern Munich to obviously resolve certain problems, and this is when we are going to obviously put out what you call a masterclass. You know, at a club like Manchester United, when you put 3 goals past Bayern Munich, obviously you deserve to obviously get a point or 3 points. But having lost that game by 4-3, I think the players are now charged up knowing that they can obviously score those goals, because it's also really limited and obviously causes a lot of havoc and pressure if at all you don't put those balls at the back of the net. Then we are having Philhen Green, United 6, Burnley 1. All right. I really believe in what you're saying, because in the game of football, everything is possible. Then we are having Green, Red Army, a must win. All right. Thank you very much for watching through. Kato Hussein, thanks for the updates. All right. Thank you for obviously watching in through and really taking us to the levels where it deserves us to be. Now, there are lots of things that I'm seeing on Sky Sports being commented about, but it shows you that the injuries are really increasing. That is the very bad bit of it. Now, the manager of Burnley, that is Vincent Kompany, has gone ahead and said his program notes that this fixture is full of history with a new chapter ready to be written tonight. He says, he tells Burnley fans, we know the sacrifices we've made to follow us up and down the country, and I want this squad to reflect that. We get up in tough times, we work hard, very hard. Hopefully, we can surprise more than a few people. So, they're here to obviously surprise us. Remember, it's one of those teams that are not going to have to win a game this season. And they only went ahead to draw with Crystal Palace on Monday. So they're coming through with a lot of vibes to obviously attack the team of Manchester United and obviously cause havoc where need be. So let's see how this game is obviously going to go. But all I can let you know is that we are really having lots of things to worry about Man United, because as more players are really coming out of injury, others are really getting more and more injured, because Amrabat, Menu, Varane and Mason Mount are back, but Aaron Wan-Bissaka, Harry Maguire, Lisandro Martinez off to the sick bay. It's really haunting and very disgusting that a club like Man United is really having such injuries. It's not one of those things that you have to go on and obviously complain about every day, but it cannot stop us from obviously talking about it, because it's really going to cost us games this season. And already it has just gone ahead to cost us games. Now, let's go to Dickens. Man United 3, Burnley 2. All right, thank you for obviously putting in your thought and prediction here onto this channel, and we are here to obviously let you know what this beautiful game of football is all about. And as it stands, we are really a team that's going to have to be given what we call the priority to obviously win this game. And Rasmus Hojlund comes into this game when he has just gone ahead to score his first goal for Man United in his first Champions League game played ever. He scored the goal against Bayern Munich, and what a way to obviously get huge confidence into this team. Then Eugene Mwasame, good evening already. Help me with the starting 11 up for Man United. You just have joined. All right, thank you. Let me show you the starting 11 of Manchester United. The starting 11 of Man United is as follows. It's a 4-1-3-2. You can as well call it a diamond. Onana in goal, Dalot right back, Sergio Reguilon left back, John Evans and Victor Lindelof into the central defense. Scott McTominay, Casemiro, Majabri and Bruno Fernandes are really playing as the central midfielders. Rashford and Rasmus Hojlund are leading the line for the club of Manchester United, and they're really looking forward to obviously register this win onto the few we're gonna hit to have at this club. And we really call in for some huge support from you guys to it that we obviously collect this. If we don't win, then we'll obviously see. If we don't win, then it's obviously going to increase more pressure onto our manager. And if at all you a sympathizer for Erik ten Hag, all you have to do is to obviously come in through and obviously do the needful and take us to the levels we deserve to be. And this is what the team of United is all about. So that is the starting 11 of Man United. When you look at the substitutes, there is a very huge one that's going to have to be mentioned. It's all about Sofyan Amrabat. We are having Danny Gore, Donny van de Beek, Facundo Perez, Peter Falveran, Alejandro Garnacho, Christian Eriksen, Anton Martial, Sofyan Amrabat, and Bayern Dier. And for even Donny van de Beek, I believe he might play part into this game because our midfield is obviously overstretched. But I see at least we are having some good players off the bench that can obviously change this game. Sofyan Amrabat is one of them. Anton Martial is one of them. Christian Eriksen is another one. Alejandro Garnacho is another one. Rafael Varane is another one. Facundo Perez is another one. And Donny van de Beek is really another one. Out of the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 players on the bench, almost 7 of those can obviously come in through and obviously change the game. And our only prayer should be that let us see all other players come back. Kobe Menu, Amad Diallo, Lisandro Martinez, Aaron Wan-Bissaka. You see to it that the bench is going to be hard to be made by the club of Manchester United. Making it to the bench of Man United only is obviously going to be a very huge task that you cannot even underestimate. And this is what we bring you here at the United Matters channel. I'm having Erina Ochan, United 3, Burnley 1. So that is it. I also went in for a 3-1 win for the club of Manchester United, and I know you guys are really ready to see to it that we take on this team to where it deserves to be. And Turf Moor might be the first game for Sofyan Amrabat, and it might be the first Premier League club. Sorry, it might be the first Premier League stadium he is going to first play his beautiful game of football at. Burnley versus Manchester United. What you need to know about this fixture. They say Burnley have lost their last 5 Premier League home games, including all 3 this season, by an aggregate score of 11-3. They've never lost their first 4 at home in a single league campaign before, while the last Premier League side to lose their first 4 games were Newcastle in the season of 2018-2019. Now, they're not going to hate to lose 4 games in a row, but they concede very many goals. They're going to hate to concede 11, and they've scored 3, meaning that we can obviously score against this team. Secondly, Manchester United have lost 3 of their last 4 Premier League games, as many as in their previous 14 combined, conceding at least 2 goals each. They've not conceded 2+ goals in 5 consecutive league games since November 1977. And when you look at the goals we're going to hate to conceded 2 against Nottingham Forest, conceded 3 against Arsenal, conceded 3 against Brighton. If at all we concede some or 2 goals today, it is obviously going to be very ridiculous, because would have gone ahead to equal a record we obviously set up in 1977. Between February 2020 and September 2021, Man United went unbeaten for an English Football League record of 29 consecutive away games. Since their first game after this run, they've lost 18 times on the road in the Premier League, 12 wins, 7 draws, with only West Ham 22, Wolves 21, Everton 21 losing more than that. So that obviously points to the very huge factor of us conceding very many goals away from home. That is really uncalled for, and it's unacceptable. To me, it's really unacceptable. Why should we obviously be losing games like that away from home? Last season, we almost went ahead to win almost every team in the bottom of the table, but the other 9 teams in the table really never saw us beat them. For example, we lost to Man City away from home, we lost to Arsenal away from home, we lost to Liverpool away from home, we lost to Newcastle away from home, we drew with Spurs away from home, we lost to Aston Villa away from home, Brentford away from home. We only beat Fulham into that category. Even Brighton, we lost away at Brighton, so away from home. So it shows you that we've been really the baddest performers away from home, and we need to rectify that. And how do you rectify that? By obviously going through to score more and more goals, and obviously keeping it tight at the back. Chiyimba Abasi, United have to win. All right. We also want to see United winning. So it's really hard to see to it that we are going to face this team, and it's also really fighting for its life. And if at all they don't really get where they deserve to be, then the job of Vincent Kompany will obviously be in serious trouble. Now, we are having a sports reporter of Sky Sports saying Peter Stevenson at Turf Moor. He says the famous Lancashire Hills have disappeared into the night. Turf Moor malt-colored LED trimmings glow in a beacon. United are in town on Saturday night, and it's always seen as a tasty fixture. Bring it on, obviously. Bring it on. Bring on the game. I've seen the players are obviously coming out. They are into the tunnel, and they are ready to face this side. Yusuf Mutumba, 4-1 in favor of Manchester United. I really like the way you guys are really positive about this team of Manchester United, and how we are obviously going to obviously see ourselves into the best of this team. And we need to obviously score. We need to take this team to the next level, and obviously see that this pressure really gets off the manager. And how do you get the pressure off the manager? By really doing the needful of really doing this game, and obviously getting maximum points. So the next 5 fixtures are really the ones to go ahead and obviously see us win, and obviously let us where they want to be. Now, the players are working on the field of play. Hope you guys are really ready, and you're going to return after what we call the 90 minutes with the match reaction, player ratings, and so on and so forth. Rokan David remains my name, and I am here to obviously take you to where you deserve to be. And where do you deserve to be? Man United content only. So everyone has been part of this channel and this video. Thank you for watching it through. I obviously cover you all in the precious blood of Jesus Christ. May the living God bless you abundantly. Rokan David remains my name. Hope you guys are really having a fantastic evening, and let us all go to where we deserve to be. And I'm out. I'm having Kamhanda live and clear here in Saudi. Is it Saudi Arabia? You're making a prediction of 3-0 to the club of Manchester United. We wait and see how that happens, and let me obviously end this poll and see how you guys are gonna hit to vote as far as this team is concerned. It's United win 84%, Burnley win 15%, and 1% is calling in for a draw in between Manchester United and Burnley. So guys, I'm out. Let me catch you back when the game is done, and I'm going to do a live stream to obviously talk to you guys. Ciao, ciao, and I cover you all in the precious blood of Jesus Christ. May the living God bless you abundantly, and let everyone really do what it deserves to do, and don't do what you wouldn't do. For the Muslim viewers and subscribers,